This is the Cash Considerations podcast with three guys from Pittsburgh, Philly, and Boston talking sports. God help us all. This is the show. Take it away, Dave.
Welcome to the Cash Considerations podcast. Today is Wednesday, October 20th. At the end of boxing fights, the guy in the corner goes like this. That's what we need to do. We need to clap. All right, we're here. It's the mist. There's everything going on tonight except the boxing match. We got MLB playoffs. We got NHL hockey. We don't have no football games. No, we do have a football game. App State's playing Coastal Carolina, so it's a college football game tonight. And oh yeah, there's the NBA. And we got so much to talk about. My name is Dave Sharapan. I am the Sportsbook Consigliere. You can find me on Twitter at Sportsbook Consigliere. The show is Cash Considerations on Twitter. It's at Cash Consid Show. And right here on YouTube, Cash Considerations. With me tonight, as always, the boys. Last week we went to the guy with the flow. And, we know where to go. And we're going to do it again tonight before, we don't want to interrupt them too much. We got double OT up in Boston. CH is up there at Wayne Manor. Up in Boston, Carl Hascall at Carl Hascall. CH, are you good? Are you gonna be okay for this show right now?
How are you? How you doing? I don't know. It's been a tough couple of hours up here in Boston. I got to tell you, it's been a tough maybe 36 or 48 hours, especially the last maybe two.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. We know about this team and what they do. We'll talk about that in a minute. Up in the other box here, sitting perfectly still, centered. You look so good tonight in this Sixers jersey. Basketball season has started. Dan Alexander, we know him as Newbie. He's at Newbie Talks on Twitter. The executive producer of the show, also the co-host of the show. Newbie, you're having a little bit of a different sports experience tonight than our boy CH up in Boston. How are things in Philly?
A little bit different, just a slight amount different, but things are going great. I'm going to try and do my best to stay tight here because we got viewers on the YouTube now. Our guy Josh does a great job cutting up the videos, and I was reprimanded a little bit. He said, "Newbie, quit moving around so fucking much. I'm too animated, so I'm going to try and stay locked in, stay inside the box."
Stay inside the box.
Yeah.
And then you got
bobbing and weaving.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to bob nor weave. This is the most motion I can do.
No bobbing, no weaving. You got to stay, little shoulder shimmy to work and stay tight. Keep it tight. Well, listen, you got chastised. That's fine. You know what you get rewarded with? A trip to Vegas, baby. You're coming to Vegas like the Philadelphia Eagles. They're bringing Newbie with them, not to play defensive tackle, but to come hang out and pick winners. He's going to stay with me and the Consig kids up in the Hamptons. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So, we're going to have all kinds of stuff to talk about next week after that trip. Hopefully we'll even be able to do a show. I don't know what's going to happen. If we let you loose down on the strip and downtown with me and all this stuff, I don't know. We'll get to that a little bit later. But right now, tonight, we're going to keep it tight, like you in that seat and CH sweating this basketball game. We're going to talk about the baseball. Things aren't quite going the way we thought they would go or hoped they would go, but we got to talk about it. Then we're gonna mention the NBA because we have to. A lot of things happening there, and then we're gonna get right to it. Layin or Takin college football. In the gun thing is really taking off. Our NFL picks are really. I always say nobody knows shit. Well, apparently we don't know too much shit either. But picking games on Wednesday's hard. And that's what we're doing. We're recording a show on Wednesday so you guys can download it, view it, and we thank all of you for doing that. Tell somebody about it. Have them subscribe to the YouTube channel. Things are happening because we're doing it. And then we'll take a minute and get out. Okay. So, no guest. We're an over show, but we're going to go quickly. We don't have to talk about much. Let's just start it off quick. We can't play the song. Who sings it? Who sang that Dirty Water song? Who was it again, CH?
I believe it's the Shondells.
The Shondells.
The Shondells.
Shout out to the Shondells. Maybe we played the song a little too much. We may jinx this team. The Red Sox.
That's on me. See, I try. The thing is, though, I opted to play the song, which is the Dirty Water song, because I didn't want to say the team name. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be responsible for the jinx, and I still feel like somehow indirectly I am. But not all hope is lost for the Sox, Dave. Not all hope is lost.
Oh, Carl, can you explain to the kid about this team?
I can.
And what and the rest of the people that are listening to the show. Carl, Red Sox.
I can explain it in 3 words. This team sucks.
I
got it.
I've been saying it all year, guys. I'm telling you, this team sucks. Seriously, the bullpen has been it's been hidden. When you score 13 runs in the second inning or whatever the hell it was, you can hide a lot of sins that way. And the bullpen is just makes you nauseous.
It's done. It's a shame. They're cooked. They're just gassed. And Sale pitched so good today at the beginning. It was emotional. He was fired up. I was fired up. I was watching it. And again, you can follow along on Twitter with Carl at Carl Hascall, Hascall. And there was just a lot of stuff. You've been having these little coded like tweets that were good luck type things or post-game tweets. And I really, really hope after suffering a loss and being down 3-2, we can go back to Houston and at least win Game 6.
And I have to say, these good luck things that have been going on, we haven't had one of the good luck things the last 2 games. And I blame the residents at the Hamptons.
She listened. She came home from school late today. And I said, "Where are you? Where were you?" She's like, "What's the big deal?" I said, "We have to take the picture." And she's like, "I can't right now, bro. I got this, I got that." I said, "I don't think you understand. The game has started. We're down 1-0.
City's relying on you.
We need the picture." So it will be explained and it will be done.
Yeah,
it will be done.
A whole nation being let down out here.
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility. Spider.
Exactly.
16-year-old middle consig don't quite understand the shit's undefeated. Like, you got to get the shit on and you got to take the picture. So I'm going to take care of that. And maybe Uncle Carl and Uncle Newbie can shoot them a text in the Hoagie Crew thread and say, "Where's the picture?" Because she'll do it. She'll do it when you guys ask her. But when I ask her, I'm a little too busy. Well, you know who's asking you? Xander Bogaerts, Chris Sale, and the rest of Red Sox Nation. Get your ass in that shirt and hat and take the picture. That's the American League. That's the Bon Dia part of the baseball discussion. Bon Tarde, afternoon game. Yesterday, the Dodgers were down and out. It was over. And then Bellinger hit the 3-run home run, heard all around LA. And then you get the base hit, the steal like Roberts. And who gets the base hit but Mookie Betts, former Red Sox? I was like, this is going to happen. This is 100% going to happen. The Dodgers are going to win the National League. The Red Sox are going to win the American League. We're going to have our Dream World Series. Mookie, we're going to go back east. We're going to go to Boston. We're going to go to LA. What the hell happened? Carl, the game's on right now. We're down 5-2, and it looked like we can't touch. There's a bullpen day for the Braves. Oh, it was only minus 220 today. It was free money. Just take the Dodgers. Nothing is easy, is it not?
No. And you know what else? I'm never going to understand the bullpen day. Maybe I get it when it's like May 14th and it's a Wednesday afternoon and there's 4,000 people at a game.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking playoffs. Trot your guy out there. Let him throw.
It's amazing to me. I said it on one of the other shows on SportsGrid or Sirius XM. I was like, guys, they're treating this like it's March in Clearwater. Like exactly. We're down in Scottsdale in spring training. Just let all the guys throw an inning or two, and then we'll try to win the game to go to the freaking World Series. What the hell is going on? It's a weird way that baseball, all the games all season, then you get to the end, people are gassed, people are hurt. When the games mean the most, you don't have the same product. It's really screwed up, and it's really hard to make lines, let alone bet the games. Although if you've been betting the Boston and Houston games, just bet them over.
Bet the over.
It's bet the over. It's pretty easy. Just like the show, we're an over show. That's an over series. That's pretty much, it's been over every game and likely to continue.
And you know what else is over? They all overmanage. They just
boy.
of a sudden, it turns to October, and you have to you got to move these guys around, and you got but they don't. But when the basic things are needed, like you got second and third and one out with a guy who's 2 for 2 and has already hit a home run in the day, you put them on, and you set up for the double play, right?
It's basic
common
stuff.
sense.
It's basic common sense that apparently goes all out the window due to analytics and models and all kinds of other shit that people claim to know. But as we know, newbie, what's the line?
Nobody knows shit.
You said it so good too. You stayed still. You leaned
learned.
in. That was really well delivered.
I'm staying in my lane.
Stay in your lane. Right there. Stay in your lane. Let's CH Bob and Weave down there. By the way, did you people see that somebody said he looked like the guy from Larry David? That was one of the comments in one of the videos.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
You got called out for what you look like after we called out the flow and everything. They said CH could be on the Larry David show or resembles young Larry David. I don't know. I have to go back and find the comment. But thank you, people, for leaving the comments. And ideally, we're trying to, get more of those because that bumps the videos up. So thank you.
Resemble Larry David's bank account.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Not yet. Not yet. So there's no really bon tarde section of the baseball. That's pretty much the talk, other than like our boy Alvarez and all you Braves fans. Newbie, you've been to games. You like to go to games. You were just at Penn State. You heard all these cheers and all this stuff. And in Boston today, they were doing the, okay. They were doing that. Is there a worse chant when you're not rooting for the team than a tomahawk chop?
No. And then like they fucking love it though. Man, anybody who does the tomahawk, like it's gotten to the point where I can't even like watch FSU games because of how fucking unsufferable it is. It's just a constant. And the band doesn't know any other song other than the burn. But yeah, if it's not your team, you're not in it. It's fucking brutal, guys.
I mean, can you imagine being in a sports book and the guys start doing it in the book, like in Vegas? Like there's nothing.
I would
worse.
tell them there's like some rule against it. You know what I mean? Like I would pull rank if that happened.
I've tried that actually. I'm like, sir,
like,
you can't do that. Yeah. Like I'd go out from behind the counter. Like sir, you can't do that. You can't do it like that. You can cheer for the game, but no team chants.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Where does that say that? I'm like, oh no, that's kind of like a book rule. You got to, and you sell the guy and he hopefully shuts up. But yeah. And he didn't know. So that's it for the baseball talk. Newbie, as the executive producer of the show and a co-host of the show, we welcome in basketball season today.
Oh, yes, we do.
And there's only one real way to welcome in basketball season, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know what today is. And I see this beautiful jersey that you're wearing for the YouTube people. He's wearing. Is that who's 21? What's that?
This is Ben Simmons. Yeah, fucking right, baby. You know who it is. And you know what it is, Dave. 1-0.
Oh!
2-0.
I'm sorry, Josh. You got this. Yeah.
We're coming for the Nets next, baby. Zion Williamless. Pelicans didn't stand a chance. I think Embiid's actually already hurt, though.
Don't say it.
First 5 minutes of the game, he was already like grabbing at his knees and shit like that. Like he's, I know his job isn't to babysit, but he is like an old man. Like his knees are like truly done, decrepit. So hopefully he's going to be okay for the whole season. CH and I were talking before the show started. I was like, just don't even have him play. You know what I mean? Just like have him play maybe like 15 games, something like that. Just leave him in bubble wrap and then trot him out. Grab the 8 seed, see whatever's going to happen, But no, I'm excited the NBA is back. I actually watched the entire game, was actually late for our show recording because I got caught up in Sixers fever. I have a problem, guys. And it's probably because of how horrible the Eagles are doing that I was this excited for a completely dysfunctional team to be back.
Yes. No, it's good to be back. What'd you say, Carl?
We got 8 months of that goddamn song to look
Yes,
forward
we
to.
do. Yes, we do. Yes, we goddamn do. You know we're gonna play it. People are like, so I got a DM today. Like, you guys playing a song today? Like for the NBA? I'm like, yes, Chip Guy, we're playing the song. Chip Guy is one of our biggest fans. He's very active on Twitter. Got to give him a shout out. Him and the wife, Marissa. I slid a Marissa reference into one of the shows the other day when he sent me a DM. Chip Guy, yes, you got the song. Yes, you're going to continue to get the song. You're not going to get Ben Simmons. That guy ain't going to play in Philadelphia. Ain't no way. Newbie. He can't play in Philadelphia, can he?
No, I mean, and I feel like, I'm pretty close to the situation. So I actually would kind of love to hear your guys' outside perspectives on this whole Ben Simmons saga, because I'm not even going to waste my take a minute on it, because I think I've already done like 3 or 4 take a minutes on Ben Simmons.
Yes.
But, all that I'm going to say is the age old kind of like dead narrative of like, you can't just stop showing up to your job, no matter what the job is. Like, it's still your employer. And I think that this is clearly a guy who, he's never really told no. You know what I mean? He was always told, you're special, you're this, you're that. And Doc Rivers coddled him to a degree. And once they kind of threw him under the bus after the playoff series and how it ended, whether they were right, whether they were wrong, the bet is made. Now they all have to lie in it. And it's a bed that somebody pissed in, because it's nobody's sleeping good in that bed.
CH, you're sweating the Celtics game.
No, not anymore. I'm not.
What happened?
Oh, they lost in double overtime.
Oh my God, what a day.
Like I said, can I wear this Red Sox shirt? No. Can I wear this Bruin shirt tonight? Nope. Can I wear this Celtics shirt tonight? Nope. You know what I have to wear? The one team that didn't lose today. The Patriots. That's what I get to wear.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. For the people listening, you have to go see this section of the show right now, this particular moment, because CH had all the shirts actually piled up and threw them across the screen because you can't wear them. It's great having 4 sports in your city, but not when they all play at the same day and lose. So, yes, you kind of look like Belichick a little bit with that thing. Is that sweatshirt?
It's actually a cutoff hoodie. I cut the hood off.
No.
Oh, yeah. Got the pocket in the front.
I love that.
I got like some holes that are kind of growing in there.
Everybody wants to be that guy. Unfucking believable up there. Would Ben Simmons play in the locker room at the Celtics? Like, how would that go over up in Boston?
This is what I don't understand. So this whole thing happened at practice, right? We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice, not a game. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I have to be honest. I don't even know why he was there. They should be.
He had to come in and get the shot or something. He said he was at the door. Like, hey, I got to get the shot or something. I don't know what it was.
I mean, guys. Hey, I'm here.
Yeah. What ended up happening was Rich Paul, his agent, completely misplayed the situation. He didn't read his fucking contract. He didn't read the Players Association agreement. So he thought that he was the guy with all the leverage. Once Ben Simmons started getting hit with his fines, and he actually, since he showed up, he still hasn't gotten a paycheck because he hasn't gone through what he's had to go through. He still has outstanding fines. So I think his agent, who, yes, Ben Simmons is a giant asshole in this situation, but the people around him are giving him horrible advice.
I'm looking forward to Kyrie and Ben Simmons doing their own play-by-play like Peyton and Eli are doing on the NFL games. That'll be fun to watch.
Good idea. That might happen. That has a better chance of happening than them both playing against each other in an NBA game this season. As sick as it is, so ridiculous. Last thing on the NBA before we move on. The Lakers, first opening night, we saw the Nets and the Bucks raised the banner, and the Bucks laid one on the Nets for all of America. And everyone who pretends to be a Nets fan, ain't no Nets fans. You're all full of shit. There's no Nets fans. It's hashtag anybody but the Nets. So my man, Kevin Walsh, actually called you out today on the show, CH, because I made a reference to not the Nets, but the Lakers. I said, boy, oh boy, Kevin, I don't know if you saw last night, because I know, it's late back east and it's out west, and the Lakers were home against the Warriors and lost. And he's like, yeah, but LeBron went 35-11 in this. I said, he lost. The Lakers haven't won a game yet. They played 6 preseason games, lost them all. home opener, 3-point favorite, lost. I said, Father Time's caught up with him. And he was like, is all of this slander from Carl Hascall? I think this is a Carl Hascall slander-based attack. And I'm like, no, if CH wants to come after you, he gonna come after you himself. CH don't need me as the bodyguard or the mouthpiece. He just come out. He got the number. He knows where to find you. So are we with hashtag anybody but the Nets and the Lakers? Can we add them together, CH, and just run it all together?
You can. I did it already once before the season started. I got both teams in there. I'm trying to figure out if I want a third team in there or not, but I think 2's enough. I really hate both of those teams.
Boy, who? Just out of curiosity, are there candidates for the third team? Like, who's the third team?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. After tonight, it's the friggin' Knicks. I can tell you that.
The Knicks will take care of themselves. All of the people that listen to New York, thank you. But the Knicks are taking a step backward this year. I think they took a step forward last year. I think they come back a little bit. Sixers, let's hope that they can get it together. They got the guy out of there. I want to see the East be competitive again. I saw a story that said the East is back and the West is less. I don't know about that. Phoenix and Denver, pretty good. I don't know yet what to make of Portland. Utah obviously has the best odds again to be the odds-on favorite to win the West. There's a lot of things happening along with the Lakers. So, and I didn't even mention the Clippers because really, who gives a shit about the Clippers? Apparently, nobody even in their own building. They got cool stuff. Probably going to have a hat. This baby blue Lakers throwback though, pretty sweet. I gotta say, it's first time in my life I would ever consider it. And just to stick it in Walsh's face, I may end up with a purple Laker thing, but it's going to be most likely a purple Kings thing, which, by the way, for our next little quick segment, 2-minute shift, pulling the goalie, hockey talk. Carl, I'm not picking on you. The Bruins were small favorites today against, who did they play? I'm just saying.
I wish I could delete like the last 5 hours out of my brain, because I did text Newbie with a slight little taunt, like, how did I miss that we were playing the Flyers tonight? And I was gonna come at him with the beginning of the season bet, but I know better because I never win those bets, and I'm shipping friggin' beer all over the country. So
goddamn Hascall distributing. I mean, seriously, we can talk to Peter that you do a voicemail or a voiceover thing, and we'll start Hascall distributing, because you have sent the Harpoon beer and all this other stuff all over the country. Did you watch any of that game? What do we take away from the Bruins start so far?
Yeah, so I guess somewhat fortunate for me, the Red Sox were out of it by the time the Bruins game started, so I got to switch right over to that. Little shaky on defense. The kid goalie's going to have his ups and his downs. I think they lost 5-3 to at empty netter. I think it was 6-3. Pretty shaky. But it's 2 games into the season. It's a lot. We know this season goes on for like 17 months or something. So
for a long time, a lot longer
season
than our 2-minute segment.
Yep.
Newbie, you're the lacrosse guy. Bet on Lacrosse is on hiatus. The Eagles, we'll get to that in the gun. They're a goddamn mess. So in addition to the Sixers, a winter sport in Philadelphia, we talked about Gritty last week. Great mascot. Big fans of Gritty all over the place. Did you catch any of the Flyers beating the Boston Bruins tonight, or were you too busy really focused on that Sixers?
I was all Sixered up. Honestly, like hockey, when it's on, I'll switch over to it if I got nothing else. But I started watching that Squid Game show that everyone was talking about.
Is it good?
It actually is really good. A lot of the time, the shows like don't really live up to the hype, but I love like watching shows with like subtitles and stuff like that, because I feel like I'm actually reading a book, because I never read. So it evens out. I think it's pretty damn good. Really creative. Acting is pretty good. So I think it's gotten the just amount of hype, to be honest with you. I think it's a pretty good show.
Okay, that's the newbie.
That's what I've been watching instead of hockey. Now you know.
Hey, fair enough. You're probably in the majority there. There's probably more people watching Squid Game than are watching any hockey games combined. So
wouldn't that be fun to bet on?
Yeah, Squid Game or hockey?
Oh yeah. Games? Squid Game. 456 people going into this contest against each other. That'd be a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah, as long as they don't actually get like murdered, like they get murdered in the
Fun
show.
for-
But what are
Fun
you gonna
for who? Like, how would you make the goddamn odds? I'm always looking at things from the book perspective. It'd be fun for you to bet on. I'd
That's your
lose
problem.
my mind trying to make the odds on that.
over under how many people survive this round? How many people are going to cheat and get caught? There would be so many different prop bets. The micro markets that I know you're a huge fan of, Dave. That's what would really be popping in the Squid Games betting world.
I mean, we cash a ticket every week when we say Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
Every single week we
even ready for that one.
Yeah, you got to keep you on your toes. You're getting a little.
I think that was right on the number today.
Yeah,
that was.
That was really damn close. But we're going to say now micro markets maybe every week as well. And if you don't know what those are, just read any one of these articles with these industry insiders are telling you the future of sports betting is micro markets. Cue up, nobody knows shit. We're going to make that actually sound real good. Maybe we'll drop that one in. I like saying it, so maybe we don't need to drop. But yeah, micro markets, maybe not exactly the future of sports betting. But again, what do I know? I've only been around this shit for a very long time. That's the hockey talk. Take 2 minutes. That's the shift. We got to get to some football. Before we do, I mean, guys, have you paid attention to what our friend Trent is doing on the socials? He's changing everything. He's actually causing people anxiety, hoping that they don't see their team's name on his bets. He's Trent at Book It with Trent on Twitter, on all socials, Instagram, TikTok. Videos are amazing, but it's the Book It Sports app. If you love to sports bet, listen up. The Book It Sports app is here to help make your sports betting experience a breeze. Whether you're looking to talk shop, purchase picks, or simply need an app to keep track of all your action, Book It Sports is the app for you. In sports betting, transparency is the key. With all the new Book It Sports betting score, you can easily separate the contenders from the pretenders. What are you waiting for? Download Book It Sports today for free in the Google Play and Apple app stores, and prove to your friends why you're the better.
Ooh.
How about that?
Like
My boy Nicky said, I got a new read for you. And boom, new read shows up. Same picks from Trent. My man just can't get right, but he's doing it right because he's getting thousands of followers and more views. The Squid Game video that he did picking the game, newbie. It was a work of art. You're a movie guy. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
He that's the thing, is like, say what you will, okay, the picks, whatever, but like, it's not about the picks. It's about the entertainment. It's about the fun. And Trent gets that, man. Like the clips that he makes, even when it's just his face, just like looking so sad, like we've all been. He is a terrific content creator, and I couldn't be happier for people really recognizing what he's putting out there, because a lot of fucking hours goes into that people don't see outside of just the picks and everything.
For sure. Absolutely. All right, let's play some Layin or Takin. And so I didn't write the records down, but we're close to 500. It's really not that important because we're all right there. We did some games last week. Carl Hascall, again, the social media manager, the coordinating producer, the email guy, which I did not mention yet, cashkinsidshow@gmail.com. Email the show with any questions. You want to come on the show, be a guest, we'll talk about that. Anything you want, you can reach us that way. Thank you to a couple people that actually, I got a couple checked emails today about possible podcasting help and all this other stuff. Thank you. Continue to do that. But Carl comes up with the list. And this week it just said games. So that was the subject title of the email. It wasn't like games to look at. It wasn't the list of games. It just was games. So without further ado, there's 4 games in college. No ranked teams play each other this week. So kind of the theme of both the college board and the pro board is that there's a lot of shit games this week. It's really just like some weeks the football doesn't live up to the billing. Last week, the football certainly lived up to the billing for the bettors. because all my bookmaking friends were crying nonstop all week. Oh my God, boo hoo. Newbie, do you have any soft sound music that you could like pop in for, give you a little bit of a 5 or 10-second little, soothing sounding.
A little sad.
Yes.
Tiny violin.
Yes.
I'm going to be coming out to Vegas, and I was just checking. None of the sports books have closed.
No.
Their lights are still on. All of the things are still working there. So, sorry about your Sunday. I think you'll survive.
Yes. They're going to be okay. All the favorites won in that early session. I call that the early session, the 10 o'clock games Pacific, 1 o'clock games Eastern. 7-0 favorites went 7-0 in the NFL. Saturday, there were some games that didn't quite, go certain ways, and people lost. And then Sunday they all won, and bookmakers get mad. And then everything's tied to Buffalo, and Buffalo loses Monday night. Everybody's like, oh. And then what happens? NBA starts today, and you got 20-point victories and games that go over by 20 points. It's a mess. Layin or Takin, boys, college football. The game of the week, obviously. I mean, I don't know how this didn't make the list on the 8 in the Box show, which dropped today as well with B. Howe and me. We talk college football. It's 8 games, rapid fire, in and out, perfect for a short commute, workout, anything like that. This is for your little bit of a longer workout. We're an over show. So you should listen to both, subscribe to both, but you can get 8 in the Box also on the YouTube channel, wherever you find podcasts. Follow Brad Howe at Brad Howe 07. B. Howe, big friend of the show, looking to do more. We got a lot of things happening. All right, 4 games. This one didn't make the cut over at 8 in the Box, made the cut here at Cash Considerations. It's funny when Carl sends the list, he puts the line after the first team. So it's Illinois plus 24 at Penn State. In the book, sir, you only write the favorite down. So it would be like Illinois at Penn State minus 24. So it fucks me up when I see it. And if I get confused, that's why. But I'll start this off first. Penn State's kicking Illinois' ass. Illinois' team total, you should bet under. Penn State wins and covers off the bye, off the Iowa loss, which, by the way, lost as big favorites in a letdown spot to Purdue. I can't even believe Penn State lost to that goddamn team. They win and cover. Carl, Layin or Takin, Penn State minus 24 against Iowa.
Going to put the early pressure on Newbie here because I think it's common knowledge that we suck at these unanimous picks. So I'm going to go with Penn State as well. I think it's a blowout, definitely by more than 24.
Okay,
I'll lay.
Newbie, you played the song. We got smacked. You moved too much. You got told. You went on to Talking the Line podcast today and sent out a clip on your Twitter that said you talk too much. I mean, it's hilarious. Are you laying or taking? You talk too much. Are you laying or taking Penn State minus 24?
I think I'm taking the points here, and I'm going to keep it nice and short. Penn State.
You broke my heart.
I, embrace them. I'm not even a stater. I get the fucking hoodie. I go to the game, and what happens? They lose to Iowa. I can't bet this game without knowing what's happening with Clifford because that backup quarterback is horrible.
It's the problem.
If he's the one playing, and even if Clifford starts and he comes in, I don't know if Penn State can score 24 points.
I don't think they can.
So that's why I got to take the points with Illinois.
This is the ultimate math problem. It's 24-point spread. The total's 46.5. It can't work both ways. You can't have it both ways. Very rarely can a 24-point favorite game not go over. Well, if you like the under, which, I mean, how is Illinois going to score more than 10 points? You have to take Illinois. So to be fair, I went to Penn State. I'm biased as shit. I want them to win. I will not bet this game with anybody's money. Forget it. Stolen money, your money, bag money, bring the bag. We're not betting this game. We're going to go find another game. So good luck. I hope Penn State wins and covers. I don't think they're going to, but I don't want to say it out loud. All right, next game. Oregon +2, which means UCLA is -2 at the Rose Bowl. 3:30 Pacific start, Eastern start. What times are these games on here? This is Eastern time. 3:30
Eastern time.
Yeah,
Eastern time.
All right. Perfect. So
Actually,
if
Central Mountain.
newbie got an earlier flight,
sure.
I would say, newbie, you can get here in the morning and we'll go to this game. So if you want to change your flight, we'll go to the Rose Bowl. We'll drive me and you to the
Chip
Rose
Kelly
Bowl. Yeah. So we can go.
All right.
With that in mind, are you laying or taking UCLA -2?
I should pick against Chip Kelly just because I have a sworn hatred, but
Oh, boy.
I think he's going to be a little bit more up for this game. I think UCLA can win. I actually think UCLA, now that he finally has some of his guys and they're getting the system, they're actually not looking too bad. So I think UCLA pulls the upset, even though they're favored in the game, which is, makes no sense to me.
I'm going to lay it as well with the UCLA Bruins. I'm wearing all this Los Angeles stuff. I've kind of adopted the Dodgers because I want to go to the goddamn World Series and I can drive there. Again, the Dodger Stadium is not far from the Rose Bowl, which, again, newbie, if you want to bump the flight up and get out, get here. I'll pick your ass up. We'll go right to the game and we'll be home in time for dinner. Carl, laying or taking Pac-12 game that I know you will 100% not watch one single playoff.
I will not watch one single playoff. And quite honestly, I probably won't even know who wins until Monday when I come back and I check to see how we did with our picks. Actually, this one I might pay attention to because, as is become common knowledge, I write down my picks before the show so nobody talks me out of picking Penn State like you almost just talked me out of picking Penn State, Novi. I had already written down UCLA, so we're all in
Let's
on
go.
UCLA this weekend.
Graphics department, hold the shit up. Make sure. Let's see. Graphics department says, there it is, UCLA.
UCLA right there.
Right
I even
there.
put a little L next to it, so I remembered to say Layin.
Nice. Look at that.
Little but peek behind the curtain to
right.
the professional that he has become, Carl Hascall. A little L for Layin. All right. Well, now you get to kick this one off, Mr. L or T. Are you Ellen or T'ing LSU +9 against Ole Miss? I mean, we don't know if, Coach O, I'm going to coach the rest of the season, but we don't want you back anyway. All right, well, you could leave now, but no, we're going to make you give your 2 weeks and we're going to make you stay the whole rest of the season. What kind of a fucking arrangement is this? I mean, listen, it ain't at Alabama. I mean, Bama Mafia listens to the show and, this never shit would happen at Alabama, but it's happening at LSU. I can't wait to see the next goddamn story that James Franklin is going to be the next goddamn coach of LSU. I can't wait to see all the candidates going to be. Are you laying or taking +9 against Ole Miss in a game that this was the highest total of the week on 8 in the box, 76.5. Is 9 enough? Laying or taking?
Last week, I was expecting some turmoil in Vegas to drown the Raiders, and we know how that went. So I'm going to say there's been chaos at LSU this week. Another potential fragrance. I don't know. Chaos in LSU. Maybe that might not work as a fragrance.
Right.
But we saw how that worked out for the Raiders last week. I'm banking on the same thing happening down at LSU. I'm taking the points.
How about Bayou PU? Like the PU that
Oh,
stinks?
the Bayou.
The Bayou. Newbie's got it.
There you go. Like, we got a voice. I know, newbie, you got to have some sort of voice from down there, don't you?
No, I don't have like the stereotypical Pepe Le Pew French voice that I'm pretty sure is canceled. So I probably shouldn't do that one.
Yeah,
but I'll work something up for you.
How about a Bobby Boucher? Can you do Bobby Boucher at all?
I love a little Bobby Boucher action. You know what I'm saying? But if you're asking me as far as this game goes, Dave, I'm laying the points with Ole Miss. But the better bet in this game is automatically play the under, because if you have listened to the 8 in the Box show, which is a cash consideration production, they do this, as Dave said, the highest total on the board, and every single week it goes under. So I'm saying under. I know that can't be an official pick in laying or taking, but Ole Miss, I'll lay the points.
All right. I think I'll take, actually, and I don't know why, but I'll take the points. No, I Carl's onto something with this turmoil and all this. Everybody's betting against them, and then they go and they hang and they rally for Coach O.
That's weird though, isn't it? That's like you break up with somebody and you're like, oh, but I have a wedding next week and you still come with me to the wedding. Like, what? That's so fucking weird.
Do you? Yeah, and if you go to the wedding, do you
dance? So you sit at the same table?
Dance? Do you sleep in the same bed? Like, what do you do? That's
do you hit on somebody at the wedding in front of the ex? Like, it's a weird situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
All I know is he ain't going to USC next year.
Oh no.
Oh, I know.
No. Last game. It used to be such a huge rivalry. Now nobody really gives a shit about this game. Like USC is at Notre Dame. It's a late game back east, 7:30 start, 4:30 Pacific. Line 7. And I believe it's my turn to start. Each one of you started, so I'll start the last one, number 4. Sometimes the odds makers just get it right. You hit the sweet spot, you put up a number, there's not much movement, nobody knows what to do with it, nobody cares about the game. 7, Layin or Takin. I'm gonna fall for the trap of take the dog and the rivalry game and all this other shit, even though I don't think any of these kids give a shit about this rivalry. Like, it ain't what it used to be. Neither team, what are they, 3-3 and 3-3 against the spread? I mean, it ain't nothing, just that they're like mediocrity. And that's for you Notre Dame fans. Don't get excited. You ain't going to the BCS. You ain't going to the playoffs. Stop the bullshit. I don't even know if you win this game. I'm taking USC. Carl, Layin or Takin?
I'm taking as well. I think Notre Dame wins, but by less than 7.
Okay. Newbie?
Well, I'm not going to let people just straight up fade us. I will lay the points with Notre Dame for no other reason than to not have another consensus pick on here. But I think Notre Dame does win the game. So, could they win by a touchdown or more? Sure. Why not? So I agree with you, though. This game's lost its luster, man. This used to be a ticket,
Yeah. Used to be a great uniform matchup game where you saw the historical, unis when USC was at home, especially with the red and the gold helmets going against them. Now it's like, another game. So there you have it. That's Later Taken. We're moving right along on the clock. Before we get to the segment called In the Gun, where we get to hear another voice. I'm going to let my man get loose, and don't move, just get loose. I want to mention the East Coast sports investors. If you've ever wondered, with 30 plus years of sports wagering experience and a number 1 ranked sports investors in the world website looks like, according to Google, just go to www.eastcoastsportsinvestors.com. Your sports leaders delivered to you via text and email. That's our friend Jeff Dawson. You can follow him on Twitter there as well. What better time to meet the ECSI family than right now? All the shit, October is the best time, because if you don't have the time to sign up or pay attention to all these games, sign up for a service. This guy emails you the picks. He texts you the picks. NHL, NBA, college football, pro football, NFL. It's all there. If you still have questions, he says to ask the real Vegas Dave. No, not that goat whale play motherfucker. It's me, Mr. Sharapan. I get a laugh out of that every week. Thanks, JD. No I in team, just win and profit. See you at the, he said winner circle on this one. I said end zone, at the hoop, in the crease, wherever you want to go. It's all there. All right. It's time. It is that time. Carl, are you ready for this?
Get your lozenges ready.
Lozenges ready. Load up. Take us away, newbie.
That's right. Get those lozenges ready, because Cousin Skeeter's all up in your ear holes with another edition of In the Gun, the most root-tootin' football segment this side of the Mississippi. Boom. Just for our YouTube listeners, I am prepared. I got lozenges ready to go.
Oh, he has them.
If need be. But hey, all about letting you guys know and gals know and folks who are listening in what we are doing in the gun. I'm 6 games under 500. I continued my mediocrity last week going 3-3. CH and Dave were both 2-5, but that's why we tell you, you can roll with us or you can fade us, and, please do. The thing is, though, we do give you our favorite plays of the week in the world famous Total Side Prop segment. And we only have up to go, boys. So let's get it going with the Bengals at the Ravens. I feel like CH puts them on the card every single week just to see if I learned how to pronounce Bengals yet. I haven't.
I forgot all about that.
No, you do it on purpose, CH. So I'm going to get it out of the way. And actually, my handicap has nothing to do with the team from Cincinnati that is named after a great rock band with Susanna Hoffs as the front woman. I just keep trying to fade the Ravens, and they just keep fucking me over. And I can't stand it. I can't stand the Ravens. I'll lay the points with the Ravens, hoping they get newbie jinxed. CH, what say you?
I think the Ravens win, but not by 6. I'm going to take the Bengals.
Dave, what say you? Are you taking Susanna Hoffs and co? Are you walking like an Egyptian to the counter to bet on the Bengals?
Bengals, baby. Bengals. I wish I had them long ass big hoop earrings and the whole thing like this. It definitely would be walking like an Egyptian. No question. I keep fading the Ravens too. I'm going to keep goddamn doing it. Just like you bad guys, all you parallelograms and rhombuses that like to bet the Jets every week and tell me you're right. I'm going to be right one of these times. I hope it's this week.
I hope so too. Please, dear God, let's have the outright win. I can't do it anymore with the Ravens. All right, moving right along, sticking in the 1 o'clock corridor. We got Green Bay, 9-point favorites against the football team of Washington. Dave, right back your way. Big line here for the Green Bay. We're starting to get the shitty lines here. -9 against the football team. Dave, Consig, what are you thinking, man?
Didn't take long to get to a shitty line. It's already 9. It was 9 on the sheet on the email. It's down to 8.5 because all the sharp guys, everybody's finding value in that Washington team. You can kiss my ass. I ain't find no value in that team. It didn't work last week for you. All them dogs you took, they didn't get there. Keep them. You take Washington. I take Green Bay. I'm laying.
CH, it seemed like just from your nodding of approval, are you laying the points here too with Green Bay as we continue in the gun 7-shooter style?
Yeah, blowout. This is the blowout of the week. I think this is going to be a bigger blowout than the Texans game when we get to that in a little bit. However, is Tua going to be playing quarterback in Washington? That's what I'm reading tonight.
Oh my!
You see that?
I didn't see that.
Like the story, like the Dolphins are going to get Deshaun Watson and 3-team trade. They're going to ship Tua up to Washington.
Fuck it, this NBA bullshit. 3-team trades. They're going to have cash considerations as part of a deal. Man, it's ridiculous.
We get traded all the time.
We do. Let's just not get traded to Washington.
I don't want to go to Washington. I mean, you can the cash considerations is fine, and that's why we kept the name of the show when we started back in the day with Mo and Alan. I was like, that's actually pretty catchy, and we can use that in social media. But can we invoke a no trade clause to Washington? I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't want to go either. I don't think anybody wants to go. But I will go, and I will take the points with Washington in this one. I just feel like Green Bay, like they keep blowing people out, but I watch these games and they're not doing anything like crazy flashy. And I also think Green Bay is on a short week. Or they will be heading into a short week. They'll be playing next coming Thursday. So I feel like
check the schedule. I mean, I think about this all the time. When last year, when you had the problem with the Sixers,
I did check the schedule.
Like, are they on the short week or they have a short week? Like, what the hell's going on? I'm confused already.
No, they play this coming Thursday, or depending on when you're listening to this, and it's actually a really great matchup. It's Green Bay taking on Arizona, and I'm going to get to that when we get to this Arizona game because that's something I'm looking at as well.
That's the best Thursday night game in the history of Thursday night matchups.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad. So I just feel like Green Bay, what motivation do they have of winning by more than a touchdown against Washington? Washington needs this win. I don't think they're going to win. I think they make it a game. For what it's worth, I don't think the Chiefs are any great, and we're going to get to the Chiefs here in just a second.
Yep.
But they were leading at half, and it took them completely collapsing. So Washington can score some points. Green Bay's defense, they ain't as bad as the Chiefs' defense, but a little overrated. I'll take the 9 and I'll shut up and move to the Chiefs visiting the Titans. Chiefs 5.5-point favorites. Guys, I'll go first on this one because, big win on Monday Night Football. Oh, my goodness. Everybody's going to be rushing to the counter to now back the Titans. Yeah. The line moved in the opposite direction after Monday Night Football. I don't think Layin is moving that a point, Dave, right? That's not because of an injury or anything. That's just, no respect being shown the way of the Titans. The Chiefs, yeah, they needed that second half comeback that I was just mentioning, but this is just a fishy line to me. It's 5.5, the Chiefs as favorites. It's Carl's favorite number to bet.
Yes.
So this one is going to be Chiefs or pass for me, just because having the line move in their direction after the big win for the Titans made no sense to me. So I'll just kind of say there has to be something going on that I don't get. What is that going on that I don't get, Dave?
I don't know either. Continually for the past 2 years, the Chiefs have been a favorite every week, and they get bet every week. And this isn't going to be any different. You just have to find the number. The book is on the hunt for the number. They found it right now at Carl's favorite number, 5.5. And that does that reaction to a lot of people. 5, I don't know what to do. Should I take it? Should I lay it? I don't know. Everybody teases it. Apparently teasing NFLs, we've cracked the code. That's what everybody wants to do. And it is winning right now, just like last week when all the favorites won and covered. It wins until it doesn't. There's going to be 4 weeks where there's no teaser winners and the books are going to break even. 4 out of the 16 weeks was the formula to do teasers. So you lose 12, win 4, money, break even. All that being said, I really want to take Tennessee. I do. But I'm not. I'm taking Kansas City. Lay it.
What about you, CH? You going to make us consensus here? The line move fishy enough for you to throw your line in the water? What are you thinking, man?
Nope.
Oh.
But I do need, can somebody explain the Titans to me? How the Titans can beat the team that I said was going to be the AFC champions last week. And then 3 weeks ago, they lost to the Jets, or 4 weeks ago, they lost to the Jets. Explain this to me. I don't, it doesn't process in my brain for some reason.
The NFL for years, Carl, it didn't apply to you, is a week-to-week league. What? But up in New England, you guys won every goddamn week. It didn't matter who you played. You won 12 games a year every year. For people, most of us in all the cities that we have fans and people listen to the show, we got people listening, by the way, in faraway countries. Thank you for listening. I have no idea what you're even listening for. Hopefully it's the way Newbie brings in the gun. But it's up, down, and this is what happens. And you're kind of experiencing it now. Welcome back to reality. You've had a nice run there with Brady and the Patriots, and the sweatshirt does look good. You do kind of look like Belichick if you really had the hoodie on. My God, the Braves just hit another home run. This is unbelievable. Rosario can't get them out. That's it. It's a week-to-week league, and there's no. It's hard to say who's a good team anymore. I mean, who's the best team in the AFC? It changes every week. I'm thinking about adding a segment. Who's the best team in the AFC every week, and just seeing where we're at, because I think we'll have a different answer week to week. So that's my explanation. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you who will not be in that discussion, and it's both of the combatants in our first 4 o'clock game. It's the Eagles at the Las Vegas Raiders, a game that I will be in attendance for. I cannot wait to see Allegiant Stadium. And Raiders, my team growing up. Eagles, the team that I was always supposed to like, but I was kind of a dick growing up. So Raiders -3 as they host the SBE, as we refer to, the shitbag Eagles. CH, who coined that, I'm going to give the first crack at this one. Eagles, Raiders, field goal line. What say CH?
It says SBE on my sheet. Well, I alluded to it earlier, right? So much for that whole turmoil in Vegas idea that I had last week. That kind of blew up in my face.
Yeah.
Eagles kind of luck out here. They have a bye next week against the Lions, so they don't have to really worry about what happens next week. I'm going to take the points and the Eagles. They probably win this outright too.
Ooh, a little sprinkle on the money line for CH. Dave, what are you thinking? Eagles coming to town against the Raiders.
Man, I keep buying into this Eagles team, and then you can't watch the games. It's just painful.
You just got to know the back door swinging open. The cat's coming in the back door.
All right. I mean, you're coming. You're going to be here at the Hamptons with me. You may drag my ass to the game. I ain't been to an NFL game in a long time. I may go with you. I may not. I may just drop you off, pick you up. I don't know yet what I'm doing, but I certainly ain't rooting for the goddamn Raiders. Give me the Eagles +3. The SBE 100%. This is going to get traction. Put that on the merch list, Sean and Shars and the boys. SB Eagles. It's so good.
I love it. The SBE, and make it all 3 for the SBE. I'm also taking the points here.
Yes.
I just love the Eagles in this spot right here, just because the Raiders just beat the Broncos. Oh my God, Vegas is back.
They're back.
Let them keep betting them. Let's hope that we even get that hook back. This keeps us bouncing from 3 to 3.5 to 3 to 3.5. Eagles are going to be able to move the ball. They're coming off one of those little mini buys since they played on Thursday.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because, the unanimous hasn't been great, but I think Carl's take on them potentially winning this game outright. This is a game that I think Sirianni has his guys knowing, hey, we have a soft part of our schedule. Let's get this one on a little trip. I like it.
Rock, you better
shitbag Eagles.
There we go. Perfect.
Unanimous pick. 425, a matchup that everybody's pumped up for. It's the Texans at the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, man, if you like chalk, well, you love this game. How about 17.5 points? CH put a great note in the write-up for the games is, how high is too high? And that's why I'm going to throw this to Dave, because how do you arrive at a number like this, 17.5? And, that's gargantuan, Dave.
It's ridiculous. So there was a song, because I got high, because I got high.
Afro Man.
Afro Man, outstanding, right? This line you should have to sing this song at the counter if you come up and bet this game. Like, there should be some sort of walk-up music. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I love that song. I never smoked in my life, but I just been around. I just love the song. And I go, so for years, you put this line up, and what happens? Nobody bets it, because you're a jagoff if you lay 18.5 in an NFL game. And you're a jagoff if you take Houston and they lose by 30. So nobody wants to be a jagoff, let alone a square or a sharp or a parallelogram or a rhombus. So this is the least handled game of all the games. And I hate it. I hate the line. I saw that on the list. I'm like, well, this is the show. This is the show. And we need to talk about this game. I don't know which jagoff I want to be. I really don't. I've been picking against the Cardinals every single week. They're not as good as they can't be that good. They're going to go to Cleveland, get their asses kicked. It's going to be cold. It's going to be this. All they do is lay it on them. They knocked Baker out. Berkey, I know you're listening to the show. I wanted to get the Cleveland shit. I wanted to get the Cleveland hat after they beat him. They didn't beat him. Now I'm going to do it. I'm picking Arizona. Lay the points with Arizona. 18, it ain't enough. We're going to win by 21 or more.
Now, I know that we typically talk about the spreads here, but exactly what Dave was kind of saying, I would never bet this game. Like Dave used a great line, stolen money, your money, my money. There is no way in hell I would bet this. What I would look at, however, is the under in this game, because that's the thing that I was kind of alluding to. Yeah, you look at this 47.5 and you say the Cardinals, they could score that by themselves. Oh my goodness, that high flying offense, blah, blah, blah. But Cardinals too, they are much more thinking about this game against Aaron Rodgers than they are than this game against the Texans. I think you would be stupid if you put your players in bad situations just to run it up against the Texans. So if I had to take anything in this, I would take the points with the Texans, but I think the under 47.5 would be more the look for me. CH, what are you thinking as the Texans are just short favorites, 17.5 on the road against the Cardinals?
I like Arizona first quarter. I like Arizona first half. I like Arizona from the 5-minute mark to the 8-minute mark. I like Arizona any way you can bet them in this game. Key important number here, though. I saw this earlier today. Ralph Michaels tweeted this out. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Since 2014, teams that are 14-point favorites or more are 21-9 against the spread.
Wow.
So 21 out of 30 times the favorite has covered 2 touchdowns or more.
So another one of those misnomers, because in the NFL you hear it's hard laying doubles in the NFL. That's a great stat, right?
Yep.
Wow.
It's 21
14
and
or
9.
more. There's been 30 times that there. One, I'm surprised there's been that many, but two, 21 out of 30 is 70%.
Dolphins that one year was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you try and think off the top of your head, 14 and a half or more. Bills this year were 16 and a half.
One killed
Yep.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
crazy, man.
Yep.
I mean, the Cardinals are
Oh.
6-0, 5-1 against the spread. I mean, you got to lay it. I think. I mean, again, with like Newbie said, I'm not looking to play it for real, but can't take Houston.
Well, we just hit the 1 hour mark here on the Cash Consigliere podcast in the gun, and we got 2 primetime games for you before we get you one side, one total, one prep. So let's keep on rolling. It's the Colts visiting the 49ers, and there's no way I stayed in the square during that one, Josh. So enjoy cutting that one up, buddy. Colts are visiting the 49ers. -4 is the line. I'm going to go first on this one, guys, because it, of course, has, my guy, my former love. Carson Wentz is playing quarterback in this game. I like the Colts getting 4 to the surprise of nobody. For what it's worth, under Frank Reich, Colts, when they're not playing in conference games, so opponents who aren't as familiar with what they do offensively and schematically, 10-3-1 against the spread. That's Frank Reich's best spot against the spread is when he's playing teams out of conference. So for all the talk of Carson Wentz, I wasn't going to make this all about Frank Reich. Let's be real. Being done for, being the turnover king. He's only thrown 1 interception this year. Sure, he's had some fumbles, but he's looked pretty damn good, even in some losses to Indy. Anybody still buying him for MVP tickets? No?
No.
All right, then I'll stop talking then. Colts +4 is the play for me. What say you, Dave?
This is a classic. This is going to be Colts money, majority, Colts money, quantity, more bets. And I'm going to fall for the trap, and I'm going to be the book guy on the show and say, I'm going to take San Francisco. I'm going to lay it. This is about the same number it was with San Francisco at home against Green Bay a couple weeks ago. And Green Bay found a way to win. Quarterbacking your Indianapolis Colts is not Aaron Rodgers. It is that guy, Carson Wentz. A pick, a fumble, something's going to make the difference. Niners cover.
All right, so CH, I'm going with my former love. He's going with his former career as the odds maker. What say you in this one? 49ers, the 4-point favorite at home.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the former other man. We had a love for a very long time, and there was another man who was kind of lurking on the sidelines, and it looks like he's coming back this week. So I'm going with Jimmy G, and I'm going to lay the 4 points.
Man,
I love it. So basically,
good looking dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He is. And I love it when, what was it, Aaron Andrews, when he was like, you like that, baby? Or something like that. It's just one of the best things ever. He's a suave, debonair guy.
Yeah.
Who is not suave nor debonair is Jameis Winston, but he is 4.5-point favorites on the road against Geno Smith and the Seahawks. I'll let you talk about this game first, because dear God, I wish they could flex Monday Night Football. Who the hell wants to watch back-to-back primetime weeks with Geno Smith? Say this, Carl.
Definitely not what the networks had planned when they scheduled Seattle back-to-back weeks, right? Jesus. Big difference in this game if Russ is cooking.
Yeah.
I don't like either of these quarterbacks. And the thing that I'm going to go with here is I think that Sean Payton has figured out how to make Jameis Winston a good game manager and to not throw 87 picks a year. And for that reason, even though it's going to be in Seattle, I'm going with the Saints. I'm going to lay the 4.5.
Dave, I'm going to be taking the points with the Seahawks in this one. I mean, it's Winston versus Smith. Dear God, I don't even know if we're even going to watch this game, to be honest with you. When I'm the one saying what baseball game is on tonight, that's when you know the football game ain't shit. I don't like this one even a little bit. I'll take the points with the home dog for no other reason than the 12th man screaming. What say you, Dave, in this one?
So you're going to be here in Vegas, and Carmine told me today, Carmine Bianco, who you do shows with on Wager Talk, is coming to town, and he said we're going to dinner He has a whole night planned. He said it includes us watching the game. I said, hey, Carmine, we ain't gonna want to watch a game. Like seriously, I will come down, but we're coming down. We're coming down after the game. Like, we're gonna hang out and do something else. Like, we're just hanging out at the house with the kids, whatever we're gonna do. We ain't coming to watch the goddamn game. There ain't no way. Beautiful place. We're gonna hang out down at Circa, all that stuff. Not for the game, because I don't want to watch this game either. I was in the book Sunday night watching the baseball game in Seattle and Pittsburgh on the 2 screens, and I was like, man, this is brutal. Like, this is Geno Smith's in Seattle. It is what it is. You tricked everything up, Carl, when you made the list. This line's supposed to be 5. And I saw what you did there. You made it 4.5 because you don't like 5. It's pretty much 5. No, it's actually down to 4.5. You're right. I just clicked refresh. It was 5.
Take it back.
It's on me. I fucked up. It's 4.5. He's got all these little tricks in that board. That's so good. When you don't know what's coming and the producer newbie gets you, it's really good. Give me the points, 4.5. Seattle keeps it close. I think they can win the game because there ain't no TJ Watt smacking the shit out of that ball in overtime, causing that fumble. Seattle can win. Take the points.
Beautiful cash considerations, listeners. It's time for one total, one side, and one prize. Woo! And boys, I finally get to go first in this segment, as I was 2-1 last week. I missed out on my total again. I fucking hate betting totals. CH and Dave both 1 and 2 last week. Dave nailing his total as usual. Carl staying hot on the props. If you followed CH and I's props this year, you'd be up 15 units, 6.7. I'll do even the little decimal for CH, 8.3 for me. If you follow Dave's totals, just his totals, he's a total master, 9.5 units. So do with that info what you will. Maybe you just say you're full of shit. And maybe I am. There's no one tracking these records. So I could be completely making up those fucking numbers for all you know. I'm going first. Well, CH is tracking them. But I meant outside this conglomerate. It could all be rigged just like Squid Game.
Hey, maybe Bama Mafia could do this. I mean, he listens to the show all the time, and we didn't touch the Bama game today. And, he's going to definitely tweet about that. Bama's playing. Who they playing this week? I don't even remember.
He's going to say Bama's back, and he's also going to say,
this is an over show, boys.
Yeah, told you we're already approaching that 70-minute mark. So the total that I have for you guys, and again, I hate betting totals. I talked about this earlier. It will be my official play for the show, under 47.5 in the Cardinals and Houston game. For all the narrative around the Cardinals, I think, Dave, you're seeing what people maybe aren't. It's a high-flying offense. It's a dynamic quarterback. Oh my goodness, right? Well, I was kind of surprised to see to the over. They're 3-3. So they're as pedestrian as you can come, as far as, constantly exceeding expectations on how many points that you're scoring. I already mentioned the Thursday night game look ahead. They're worried way more about the Packers. I think they would be stupid to put their playmakers in bad positions to potentially get injured. What do they want to win by 17.5? Just get the win. Get ready for the Packers under 47.5 in the Cardinals and Houston game. My side, to the surprise of no one, everybody thought I was crazy last week when I took the Eagles, but the back door is swinging wide open. Eagles getting the 3 points. Look for me. Props to the Raiders coming out with the statement. After you fire Gruden, you take the stamp to the Broncos. But with what we've learned about the Broncos, guys, is that really all that impressive? I guess time is going to tell. For the Eagles, it's the soft part of the schedule. I think Sirianni sees that, hey, whether they say it or not, I'm getting onto the hot seat. Let's get a win in Vegas. And let's go to Circus for like some rubbery steak afterwards. My prop, I got a fun one here because I didn't really love this one, like this week of props. There was nothing that stood out to me. Grabbing on Wednesdays, it's a little bit tougher unless you're just like a prop handicapper who only looks at that kind of stuff. On DraftKings, they have this prop up that is highest scoring team of the week or the lowest scoring team of the week.
Used to do those odds every week. Yep.
And it's a needle in a haystack. It's a sucker bet. But why not? Let's go with the Detroit Lions to be the lowest scoring team this Sunday. It's plus 650. Again, this is not a plus EV bet. It's not a smart bet, but it's a fun one. And while it is a needle in the haystack, the Lions hat goes on. It jinxed them last week. He has hats for everyone, CH. And he just has them like in a fucking bin next to him. It's like,
I just had that one for the other appearance.
Just keeps pulling them on out. But the thing is yes, it's a needle in the haystack, but looking through that haystack, you find out that the Rams are allowing the fewest total points this season. And when you break that down on a per play average, they're allowing the fewest yards per play this season. Only 4.6, no matter what the offense is doing. You factor that with the running and the passing. Furthermore, you look at Sean McVay and his crew. Well, didn't they just spend the whole entirety of their career trying to cover up the weaknesses of Jared Goff, of which there are many? If anybody knows how to slow that guy down, it's going to be the Rams, who are already one of the best defenses in the NFL. I'm going to have a fun prop and say Detroit Lions, lowest score on Sunday, plus 650. That's my prop. My side, Eagles plus 3, and under 47.5 in the Cardinals Houston game. CH, I believe you are up next in our total side prop.
All right. So real quick, assuming that both of the sides and totals for you newbie are minus 110, your parlay is going to be at plus 2633 this weekend.
What the
Staying at a nice hotel, Dave. That one.
Hell yeah, we're going right up to the penthouse, baby. Where's Newbie and Dave? They ain't home. You ain't gonna find us for a little while. Hell no. We got a bankroll and a nice suite at the top of somewhere.
There you go.
So what are you doing, brother?
So I heard, I don't know if you caught it, Newbie, but under his breath, I think Dave called you a homer when you picked the Eagles as your side. Well, cue it up again, Dave. I'm going with the Patriots minus 7.
Man, can I do it too? Like, I what are the rules of this? That's my side.
The Steelers might still lose to the bye week, though, so you can't even take the bye week getting the points in it. I'm just saying, Dave. It wasn't shot. I was just having
a bye week.
I was having Dave's.
What the shit? You're coming to stay at the house.
Carl, it's your segment. It's your segment.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, Patriots minus 7. I don't care, Dave. If you want to be a copycat, you want to be a follower, you can do that too. That's fine. just for the record, knowing
I'm buried right now,
knowing that I was going second, I have 2 sides and two totals written down in case nobody stole one from me. But anyway, Patriots are gonna.
They're gonna kill this team.
They're gonna kill this team.
Say no. They're gonna kill this team.
Gotta say. Hopefully.
Wait, the Red Sox. This team, what? This team, what's the word?
Which team? The Red Sox or the Patriots? Well, actually, right now, both teams suck.
No, but the Red Sox, what's the word we need to say? What is it? This team, what?
This team sucks.
This applies to the Jets, but for real. This team sucks. Go ahead, take it back. Sorry.
So yeah, Patriots minus 7. For my total, I've got an over and an under written down here, and I'm tired of rooting for unders. So I'm gonna go. I'm going to go Carolina and the Giants over 43.
Ooh,
that's a pretty low number.
That's a little scary one.
It's a pretty low number.
That's your game of the week for the total?
And he dives dicing up, man.
Yeah,
those teams suck. You just picked an over every 2 teams suck game. That's pretty good. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And then my prop, because there's not a lot up here on Wednesday night, I'm going to go with a fun one too. It's only a plus 105. But I'm going to go Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones combined over 199.5 rushing and receiving yards. I think Devontae Adams has a huge day in this game. And Aaron Jones is just going to have to pick up that little bit of slack that's left over. So New England minus 7, Carolina and the Giants over 43, and Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones combined over 199.5 yards.
200
at plus 105. That puts my parlay at plus 644 if you are so inclined, which I think is just a couple of points off of the one I cashed 2 weeks ago.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. And as far as I I like that prop simply because the rushing plus receiving, because Aaron Jones, one of the things that makes him great is the way that they can utilize him in the passing game.
Right.
I don't know how much they'll have to utilize him in the passing game, but that Washington defense hasn't been that great. So I could see Devontae with easily 100 yards, and then you're just, or over 100 yards, and then you're looking for 70 on the ground and through the air. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, Dave, we know you love the props. We know you love the totals. And we know Carl stole your side. What do you got for the folks?
All right. So we're trying to give people actionable information, good information, right? This just flashed up on the screen before I get to my side total prop. In Major League Baseball postseason history, teams with a 3-1 lead in best of 7 series have won the series 75 out of 89 times. That's 75 out of 89 times. The percentage of that's about an 85% clip. You want actionable info? Bet the goddamn Braves, bet the Astros, and enjoy the World Series, because I'm going to be pissed off if that's both teams, because I don't want to see both of them teams. But I don't even know who I'd be rooting for. I think I'd be doing a tomahawk chop. I was just motherfucking the tomahawk chop before. I'm in with Alvarez. I'm in. I think we got to root against the Astros. All right. Side total prop. I like totals. I've been a good total better bookmaker my whole life. I just feel it's easier to see which way the game's going to be played than actually picking the winner of the goddamn game. Picking the winner of the NFL's sides on Wednesdays is harder than anything you can do. I feel much better about the sides. And when I listen back to the show on Friday night or Saturday, I'm like, well, I got this is a loser. This is a loser. I know which games I know. I'm like, boy, it's a really entertaining show, but God damn it, I wish I would have said the other side. I feel much more confident on Saturday. So I try to change it up. And these props got me stymied. I can't fucking hit a prop. I do so much research. It's literally the over under of my research for the props is maybe 12 seconds. I'm not kidding. I hated booking them. I hated putting them up. So I said, fuck it. I had the Patriots teed up. I was so excited. I was going to play the Patriots. I was going to say Tom Brady's name. He's on my mind earlier wearing the jersey. They're going to kill the Jets. You took it away from me.
You can.
I wanted to go. What'd you say?
You can play it.
No, absolutely not. You call me copycat. You shame me right into it. I will not do it now, even though I know they're going to win. I want to bet Cleveland on Thursday night. But we don't have enough time to get people to listen to the show and they'll be like, oh, Dave pushed out and he took Cleveland. I wanted to take that one. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I want to take San Francisco, be the cool guy against newbie. Nope, not going to do that either. So I decided to do this just now. I literally decided this while newbie was giving his picks. My side, my total, and my prop for the first time in show history is the same game.
Ooh.
My side, Tampa Bay. People, odds makers, you Jagoffs. This one is not 14. You made the Rams 15. You made the Cardinals. It's up to 18. You went to the Patriots or to the Buccaneers. See, it's on my mind. I'm looking at Carl. The Buccaneers are 12.5. You're kidding me, right? It's too easy. Lay it. Buccaneers beat the Bears. Leads me to the total. I love unders. I've always loved unders. I find those defensive games. I was going to say under for the Carolina Giants game, and Carl went over. Very surprising.
Head to head?
No. Oh, no. We're staying in the same game.
CH is undefeated on the head to heads, though, I will say.
Give me over in the Chicago-Tampa game. Again, I've been picking the lines. It seems so easy because the total's so high, 50-something, 50-something. Tampa Bay, you're going to tell me the Chicago defense is going down to Tampa and they're going to keep them down. Okay, you're full of shit. Nobody knows shit. The Tampa Bay totals have been 52.5, 51.5, 55.5, 49, 48, and 53. Ain't been no 47s. They ain't going. They're over 4-2, and you made the number lower. You missed. I'm going over. In my prop, I can't just go over. I can't. I got to find my roots. Justin Fields under 225.5 yards, 225.5. he ain't throwing for 200 yards in the games they're winning. He's going to go down there and throw for 225. I mean, I love the kid, and I think Chicago, you do have a quarterback. Ain't going to see it this week. Under 225, side total prop, one game. It's in the afternoon. Newbie, you'll be at the game. If I don't go to the game, you guys know which game I'll be watching for my side total prop. Bucks lay it over the total. Justin Fields under. Back to you.
And this is the week Dave hits his prop because I love that one. Cousin Skeeter's all over it. And this has been In the Gun, the most football segment this side of the Mississippi. Back to you.
Oh, my goodness. Man, is that good. All right. We're getting close. We're over the initial total. I said, what did I say, 70, 75 minutes? We're over that a little bit. But thank you for listening to the show, watching the show, being a part of the show, man. We're excited where it's going, where it's happening. And we just love talking to each other. We do it every day via text and little notes here and there, gifts, all kind of shit. You play along on the Twitter with us. It's been nothing but great. With that said, let's wrap this thing up. We're going to do home game, away game type thing. Newbie is coming out to Vegas, so he'll go second. Carl, you look fantastic. You threw all the Boston shit aside. You're left sitting right here with the listeners, with us at Carl Hascall on Twitter. Again, the coordinating producer, social media manager, email guy at the Cash Consid Show at gmail.com. Carl Hascall, co-host of the show. Your Take a Minute segment starts in 3, 2, 1.
So one thing I think we can all agree on is that we're not going to really get into politics in this little show we got going on here, right? However, I do need to say something. Can we all agree to maybe do elections every 2 years or every 4 years? I don't need to see your goddamn counselor at large and alderman and school board friggin' lawn signs for the entire month of October.
Yeah.
It's in the entire town. It can't go to the grocery store without seeing them all over the place. Then we're going to have this election that, oh, by the way, nobody's going to go to because nobody gives a shit. Nobody knows shit about these people. Why are we doing this?
Good.
Why? Let's have an election every 4 years. Let's vote for everybody. And you're stuck with them for 4 years. Maybe you'll pay attention then. But please, the day after the election, please throw your signs away.
Throw them away.
They're horrible. Just make them go away. I might even have been under there.
I think you didn't be under. That was good stuff. That's an exasperated guy who's sick of seeing signs. He doesn't even need a minute, Dave.
Yeah. I mean,
signs everywhere, the signs.
That's nice. Solid.
So
I kept it under 10 seconds too, so we didn't get a cease and desist.
Well, smart. That's smart. You never know who's listening.
You really never know.
Big fans of the show, but apparently big fans of the show.
Oh boy. Well done there, CH. All right, Newbie. I hope you ain't holding up no signs, but you're taking a minute segment on the show as the executive producer, the EP of the show. I shit bag Eagles SBE. I love that. I got so many names or shortened abbreviated things. EP of the show at Newbie Talks on Twitter, co-host the show. Your Take a Minute segment, sir, starts in 3, 2, 1.
So Carl already knows where I'm going because Carl is nice enough. First of all, thank the people who run your fantasy leagues or run your office pools because it's actually a fucking time commitment. I do one for my family. So Carl runs a survivor pool and it's set up super easy. It always reminds you to make your picks, all that good stuff. So this week I'm just making a plea and I'm sorry. Dave has the hat on. I'm sorry to the listeners who are in Detroit, but don't ever pick the Lions for any reason, for any, Dave fell into that. He was their side last week.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I think it was after the show. I was like, I better get in my office pool picks because I have stuff going on. So after Dave was like, I think they're going to get the win. It's going to be Campbell season. He cried during the press conference. I was like, I think the Lions could pull the upset. So I just put in the pick and I was like, all right, that's going to be my survivor pick, the Lions. Why? On the weekday when every fucking favorite won, I somehow end up with the Lions. So I get buyer's remorse on Sunday morning and I go, I got to switch it back to the Chiefs. So I switch it back to the Chiefs. I thought, but then I see Carl has it a nice foolproof way that you can't fuck it up. So some way my fat ass fingers went back and hit the Lions. I didn't check it. So I end up having the Chiefs, easy winner, after they come back in the second half. And I was like, oh, man, I got my survivor. And then I get a text the next day, and it's just CH. He goes, you picked the fucking Lion in the survivor pool? And I was like, I did initially. I changed it. I go, I'm dumb, Carl, but I'm not that dumb. I checked my email. Lo and behold, I used my fat fingers. I selected the Lions, and Carl was nice enough. He was like, I can change it for you if you want. I said, you know what, Carl? No. If there was a fleeting thought in my mind that I thought the Lions should be a survivor pool pick, I deserve that loss. I'm sorry, Detroit fans. Don't ever pick the Lions for anything, even on accident. That is my take a minute, Dave.
Oh my God.
Don't forget it's double elimination, so you're still in.
I'm still alive. But there's a major black mark. When anybody in that group sees this dude picked the fucking Lions, why didn't he just burn his money instead of entering this pool? Who's picking the fucking Lions?
It's a money line bet. Like that means you just picked the team to win. They were getting 3.5 points.
And I love Joe Burrow and I love Jamar Chase. Like I love Joe Mixon. Yeah.
You're doing other gambling shows. Like you can't, I can't believe you told everybody this. You picked the Lions in the survivor pool and your boy runs the pool and says, I can fix it for you. No, leave it go. Cause I'm a masochist. I'm going to follow my sword. My fat finger fucked it up. So I'm going to own it.
Texans money line this week for the limit.
They'll probably win this week. They're probably going to beat the Rams. So I hope you don't pick the Rams for your survivor pick because that would be the ultimate irony. Yeah. After you said Detroit was going to lose, they're going to win. All right. My take a minute segment starts right now. I got a couple things, kind of going to try to get rapid fire as quick as I can, keep the show tight, because we did a good job tonight. One, Newbie's coming to Vegas, baby. Newbie's coming to Vegas. I mean, I can't wait to see the kid. Big hug, pick you up at the airport. I don't know what we're going to do. If you get that flight switched, show up Friday night, pay the baggage thing fee. We'll go to the Rose Bowl Saturday and we'll come back. Just putting it out there. If I'm late getting to the airport, it's because I'm coming back from the Rose Bowl because I still might go. Driving to LA is fun. Did it with the kids. Told that story last week on the show. Number two, we're really getting out there. We really appreciate the growth. If you could finally just, if you haven't already, tell somebody, listen to the show, spread the show, just kind of grow the show. We got a lot of things in the hopper. We're trying to take a next step and keep doing that. If you like it, listen to it, follow us on socials, tell someone about it, share the show. We got a ton of listens in the past 2 weeks of past episodes. If you like the show and you go back and listen to it, you might not, get any actionable info, but you'll goddamn laugh your ass off. And you might get a couple other good stories between this Take a Minute segment, Carl's Corner, and all the things we've done. Third and final thing. One of the followers that joined us on the Cash and Sid show account was a guy named John. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, John, so I'm going to say Lucas. It's Lukacs. It turns out he's a Pittsburgh guy, a writer, and he wrote a book about Beano Cook. And Beano Cook was like the first kind of irascible, character as far as to talk about sports gambling. He was Lee Corso before Lee Corso, and then him and Lee went to College Game Day. Anyhow, as a youngin', I was at Penn State. I came home and was an intern at KDK TV, and one of my first assignments was go cover the Pirate games. It was right across the river, sent me over with a camera person. I got a free meal in the press box. I went down, did interviews after, went back to the station, edited for the 11 o'clock news. When I would go over there, I sat at a table with all of the sports writers in Pittsburgh, all the beat writers, and Beano Cook would come over and hold court. And I got to sit there as a kid, 19 years old, 20 years old, was I enjoyed it more than the games. And I love the games. I love sports. I love going to games. The hour every day that the Pirates were home in the summer, I got to sit and listen to Beano tell stories. priceless, absolutely priceless. So I see him follow the show and I'm like, holy shit, this guy wrote a book about Bino. So turns out I graduate college, I come home and I get in a card game, and it's the boys. And the boys card game included the barber, the mailman, the golf pro, the bartender, and one or two other guys, a pizza delivery guy. I mean, everybody had a name or a nickname or something. And the mailman was Bino Cook's mailman. And every weekend, Friday, he would deliver Bino's mail and say, what's the pick? And Bino would give him Bino's game. And this was back in the day before text or anything. So everybody was looking for the hat, who was what we called him, the mailman Mike. What's Bino's pick? And the barber was booking the games in the basement, and he would shade the games of Bino's pick 2 points. So he would need Bino's pick. In 1 year, the first year I was home from school, Bino went 11-1, giving away games every week. So the Bino lore was huge. Well, when Bino passed away, he had all these memoirs. And if you've ever seen the movie Finding Forrester, John turned into the kid writing about Sean Connery in the building. And then he passed away and he had to finish the book. So anyhow, he finished the book. I DM'd him and I said, I got a Bino Cook story for you. He's like, guys, first of all, Dave, I love the podcast. I don't like it. I love it. I listen to it. Keep doing a good job with it. Great. Here's my number. I'm calling you. I tell my wife, order me the book. The book shows up at my house yesterday. I come downstairs after doing the show. The book's there. I call John, send him a picture. I got the book. I talked to him with this guy, John, for 30 minutes. Believe it or not, take the over. First time in my life ever talking to him, out of stone cold nowhere, through a DM on Twitter. And I talked to him about Bino Cook. We shared stories. We shared each other's stories. He listens to the show. He's going to come on the show and talk about what it was like to be Bino's guy. He drove him to assignments. He hung out with him for dinner. Bino he never got married, and he never, had a family. So Bino did what Bino wanted to do for the most part, but he loved his mother. It's a great story. Anyhow, you got to read the book. And you want to talk about a guy that knows shit? Bino knew shit. Nobody knows shit, but get the book. John, we're going to have you on the show. Thank you all for listening. That's my Take a Minute. This is the show for the boys. Dan Alexander, I can't wait to see you on Saturday, maybe Friday. It's going to be fun. Very exciting. Stay along with us on Twitter. You'll see, maybe we'll post some pictures for the kids at Newbie Talks CH. I ain't saying that, you may have to make an emergency trip if you can figure out a way to talk to the wife and show up for 2 days. It's on me. You can stay at the house. I'm just saying. But otherwise, thank you again for being on the show and everything that you do with the list and all the stuff. He's at Carl Hascall on Twitter. Myself, Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere at SportsBK Consig. Keep tweeting at us at Cash Consid Show. People, the merch is coming. Nobody knows shit. Maybe SBE. All the other things, there ain't going to be no Boston stuff, though. Carl's throwing his own Boston stuff away. We ain't having the Boston stuff. That's the show. Talk to you guys next week.